I don't know how I kept going really. I think it was because there was so much to learn and so many different things to get excited about, which was definitely, I guess it hindered me to some extent as well because, there's the shiny object syndrome, and I was being like, maybe I'll do like local lead gen, or maybe I'll try and do like CPA networks, like stuff like Peerfly. And for a while, I was on Squidoo and those sites. So those things definitely slowed my progress. But because there was always something new to try, I guess it always meant that when I failed with something, I was like, oh, well, I'll try that thing instead, or I'll I'll try a different niche instead. And so I just kind of something motivated me to not give up. I guess because I had seen enough people succeeding that I felt like it must be possible. Like I think my biggest doubt was not that it was possible; it was that I could do it because I've always been a bit of an underachiever. And so I was like, in the back of my mind, something was like, yeah, but just because someone else is going to succeed doesn't mean you will. But I don't know. I guess I just kind of lied to myself. I BS'd to myself enough that eventually it became true. I was like, no, I can do it. And I really just, there were lots of small things as well. Like I was able to kind of, like maybe my first website didn't do great, but I got better at installing WordPress. Like I remember the very first website, I couldn't figure anything out with WordPress. Like, what's the difference between a page and a post and all of that? And so the next time I set up a site, I was like, oh, this was much easier. And then maybe my second website made $10 in a month. Um, and so my third website, I felt like, well, I can make a little bit of money and I can set a website up. So I don't know. It just kept getting better every time.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, to be honest, I still feel like it's the same process. Like it's just the numbers are a little bit bigger now.
Yep. And actually, that was my next question as you were making that statement. It's like, does that feeling go away? Because I know it doesn't for me. It's like, partially imposter syndrome, and there's a lot of labels for it. But at the end of the day, you just don't know if what you're doing is going to work, even if you've done it a couple times. So has it gone away for you, specifically for like Onfolio, or are you like, yeah, 100%, like this is a go?
No, I think it does stay. I think maybe it changes slightly. Like basic stuff, like you see someone else is doing the same niche as you, or just the same idea, and you're like, oh no. And then it's like, come on, you should know by now that competitors are a good thing because it validates your idea. And also, there's always going to be other people. So you still have these thoughts and these doubts, but I think they're a lot easier to dismiss now because you're like, like what am I doing? Like, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You push them aside. Whereas when you get them in the beginning, you haven't got that kind of confidence bank to make a withdrawal from. So it's yeah, it's harder in the beginning, but I don't think those feelings ever go away.
Mm-hmm.
You just get better at dealing with them.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, I was just looking for validation for myself, I guess, since I still feel that sort of, indecision at
Yeah,
times, and you're nervous and you don't know if it's going to work, and you just have to push through.